Hello class, this is Mark Sox, and here's my presentation on constitutional rights and disaster policies. Let's start with the amendments. The First Amendment grants us the right of freedom of speech, which allows the spread of information and ideas. This is especially important during disasters because it is possible that normal communication outlets are offline. The Second Amendment allows the right to keep and bear arms. During disasters, this is a necessity because frequently law enforcement is inoperable or unable to provide protection. This allows victims the means to protect themselves, their families, and their properties. The Fifth Amendment contains a just compensation clause. This allows the government to seize private property for public use, as long as the government reimburses the owner. We witnessed this firsthand during Hurricane Katrina, when the government seized the Superdome to house refugees, as well as in 1952 when President Truman seized private steel mills to end the strikes and strengthen the economy and support the conflict in Korea. The Sixth Amendment enforces a right to a speedy trial because crime is prevalent in disasters and law enforcement must act quickly to charge offenders since they cannot hold them indefinitely. This helps to keep the justice system running and holds people accountable for their actions, which decreases the crime rate. Moving on to the applicable articles of the Constitution. Article 1, Section 8 provides for the general welfare of the United States. It is because of this that the federal government can provide aid during disasters. This is predominantly financial aid, but can be other forms as well. Article 1, Section 9 contains the writ of habeas corpus. This means that no person should be deprived of freedom without due process of law, except during cases of rebellion or invasion. An example of the suspension of this would be in 1861 when President Lincoln suspended the writ of habeas corpus in the North to eliminate Confederacy supporters and unify the Union. Next we have the federal acts that apply to disasters. The Posse Comitatus Act restricts the federal government from using federal troops to assist in state and local disasters. However, this does not apply to the National Guard and the Coast Guard because they operate under a different authority. The Insurrection Act enables the president to use federal troops on U.S. soil, but only to end insurrection, lawlessness, and rebellion. The goal of this was to have state and local governments be the initial response force. Together, these two acts limit the power of the president. That's all I have for you today. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to your comments.